Okay, so we have a rectangle, which is really half a square. It says find the area of the two shaded regions that are inside the rectangle and outside the semicircle. So we've got this region and this region. It wants us to find the area of those two regions. So how are we going to find the area, right? The area of the two shaded regions. Well, going to do the subtraction thing again, aren't we? We're going to take the area of the rectangle. This one's a rectangle, it's not a square, minus the area of a half a circle, right? To get the shaded region, we're going to have to subtract out the half a circle. So we take the rectangle and then we subtract out the half a circle and see what's left? Just the shaded region. If you take the whole rectangle and you subtract out, you take the hole out of the donut, you subtract the half a circle out of the middle, what will be left is the two shaded regions, which is what they're asking for, the area of the two shaded regions. Okay, so what's the area of the rectangle? You know the area of a rectangle formula. It's just one side times the other. This side is 15. What's the other side? Well, it's got to be half of that, right? Because it's exactly half a circle that's fitting in there. They call it a semicircle. That means a half a circle. So this has got to be 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. So from there to there is 7.5. So it's 15 times 7.5. And I'm getting 112.5. Okay, now let's subtract the area of a circle. It's going to be half a circle, so it's going to be half of pi r squared. Remember, the area of a circle formula is pi r squared. So it's going to be half pi, use the more accurate version of pi, 3.14159, or even better, use the pi button on your calculator, times the radius squared. Now, what's the radius? Well, radius is from the middle to the edge of a circle. So the radius must be 15 divided by 2. It's that 7.5 again, at least on mine. It's the 7.5. Like that. So the radius is 7.5 squared. Is that making sense there? Because remember, radius is halfway across the circle. It's from the middle to the edge. So I got to take half of the 15. All right, so then hit the buttons on your calculator. 12.5 minus, and then I'll calculate the other part. So I'm going to use the pi button on my calculator. That's more accurate, and it's quicker and easier too. So we get 88.3572. Subtract that. I'm getting the answer. The difference is 24.1428. Put that in there. Like that. So there's the area of the shaded region. So we've got the area of the shaded region. Now, part 2. They want us to figure out the total perimeter of the whole shaded region. So what do they mean, the perimeter of the whole shaded region? Well, they mean how far around, so perimeter, total perimeter of the shaded region equals add all edges around the shaded region. So I've got to walk around the shaded region and add up all the edges. So let's do it. So here we go. I'm going to start right here. There's that part. Right, and what's that? That's 7.5. Right, 7.5. And then the top part. And that's 15, isn't it?
9 plus 8. 9 plus 18.
And then this side over here, which is also 7.5. And now, what do we have left? Well, we've got to get, let me change the color. We've got to get this part right here. That's also part of the edge of the shaded region, isn't it? And that's what? A half a circle. A half a circle perimeter or circumference. That makes sense? So, okay, so if we add these up, let me add these up. I'm getting 30 plus a half of a circle perimeter. Now, what's the formula for a circle perimeter? Well, if you go to the notes, here's the exam 3 notes. The circumference, so now we're talking about just the edge all the way around a circle is 2 pi r. Right? We don't want the area, right? We're not talking about the space in the middle. We're talking about the circumference just around the edge. 2 pi r. So that's going to be a half times 2 pi r. So that's going to be 30 plus a half times 2 times pi. Use the more accurate version of pi, 3.14159. And then what's the r? Well, we've already got the r. It's right here, 15. Right? The r, I'm sorry, 7.5. We found the r earlier. That's the r. There we go. Hit the buttons on your calculator. Add those up. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the pi button on my calculator because that's more accurate. And so I'm getting 53.5619. Oh, 2 places. So just cut it right there. So 53.56. The last one, they only wanted 2 places also, right? So I'll chop off those. And so there we go. So how do we do that last part? Last part's a little tricky. The total perimeter around the shaded region, you have to do all these edges like that, all the way around the object. All the way around the object. And so that's this side, the top, and then a half a circle. So half of a circle circumference or perimeter, 2 pi r, half of the 2 pi r formula. Add those up, and there we go.